All right, guys, welcome back. This is Broadcaster, a podcast for content creation in all its forms, specifically the forms that I myself am doing as I am chronicling my path from zero to who knows what. My name is Ian. I go by Watch Saga on all things internet. If you are watching this live, you'll see we have added some information. Wait. Up there in the corner. If you're listening, don't worry. I will be talking a lot in the next 10 minutes or so, just to give you a recap. So for those of you who haven't listened to the podcast up until now, basically this is just an info dump for the things that I personally am doing in lieu of going out somewhere and finding like a stream coach or stream mentor or signing up for some program that'll teach you how to create content. What I'm doing here is I'm just going over the nuts and bolts of my own journey, hoping that maybe somebody can gain something from it, including myself, that I can keep myself honest in what I set out to do and the way that I'm getting everything done. So, introductions out of the way. It is the end of week 1 of my full-time content creation schedule, and I just wanted to go over some of what we'll do is we'll go over some of the base numbers, where I'm at on Twitch and on YouTube, and then we'll go over what we did during the week, and then we'll go over what we plan to do in the next week. And then next week we'll revisit that, look at the numbers, look at the days, so on and so forth. So the end of week 1, right now, stats-wise, it was a good week. I think a lot of really productive stuff got done. We jumped a little ahead of schedule a little bit, which is nice. Rather be doing too much than not enough, so that was definitely helpful. So yeah, let's just jump right into the numbers. So starting off with YouTube, as of right now on YouTube, we have 1 video put out. It was a Teamfight Tactics video. Did some Teamfight Tactics gameplay, just recording games, just to have something to edit, to kind of get my feet wet with editing, and ended up winning. So I figured, hey, let's go ahead and edit this up. I edited it up. What I probably should have done in hindsight is edit the video, create the thumbnail, go to upload it, and then schedule it for my normal upload schedule. That way I'm staying cohesive with my scheduling and things like that. But by the time I got done editing it, I was so excited. I made the thumbnail. I was so excited. I just threw it up right away. So I did make 1 video. I posted about it on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, which I probably shouldn't have done. At the same time, I was very excited to just sort of get it out there. So I wanted everybody that I knew to see what I had been doing. So I posted about it. It did get some views. I'm not tracking views yet just because I feel like it's too early to be focusing on those specific numbers, those like micro numbers. So I got the 1 video out. I do have 3 subscribers from my personal Facebook for that, which is good. Going forward, I'm definitely going to be wanting to engage my socials more with those sort of content releases for a ripple effect on the reach. But I'm not mad. 3 subscribers off 1 video is pretty good for YouTube. So I got that done. I've got a good thumbnail. I got good practice on hashtags. I got good practice on the titling. Really happy with how that happened. As far as Twitch goes, nothing has happened yet. We have 0 streams, so we have 0 followers on Twitch. Nothing crazy. I mean, we're not starting full-time with the stream stuff till next week, so I'm not like super upset that nobody followed my stream that I didn't stream to. I just wanted to, for simplicity's sake, get this set up here for that. So nothing happening on the Twitch end. I do have set up for my scenes for my games, for the live, just the streaming of the gameplay. I have transitional scenes set up. I have alerts set up. I have sound set up. The webcam with the green screen. If you're watching this on YouTube, you see, the lighting, my face is a little bit overlit, but the green screen's holding up really well. There's some tweaks I can do to that as time goes on. But overall, the stream setup is good. It's ready to go, which is what we want because, and we'll talk about later, the streaming set starts Monday. And now we'll focus more on what we did during the week. So it was week 1. I wanted to take a step back, make sure everything was 100% ready to go. I didn't really want to have any situations where I was looking to do something and I didn't have it set up, or I wasn't ready to do the thing I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure all my ducks were in a row, technically. So what I did was go ahead and keep like a patch notes of my day-to-day progress. So I started out with essentially nothing. Started on Monday, day 1, We went ahead and made the logo, which you've seen updated. It's the triangles. There's some meaning behind that maybe I'll talk about in a different episode, but made the logo. And from that logo, made the banner for Twitch, made the banner for YouTube, made the banners for socials off of that sort of brand theme. You'll see a lot of the, looks like Broadway lights with the triangles. I set up Streamlabs. So I got Streamlabs OBS set up, including the overlays and things like that. And then I set up the basic OBS controls on the Stream Deck, so I can toggle in between the different scenes. I can turn on and off recording, turn on and off streaming, turn on and off the webcam, mute the mic, that sort of stuff. There's still a lot left I want to do with the Stream Deck. I barely have any of the buttons set up on that, so there's a lot left to do. But from a what do I need standpoint, that was a good place to start. So day 2, I wanted to make sure that I had a quick YouTube intro. I took like a 6-second, 7-second After Effects comp, added some sound effects to it. Bing, bang, boom. It's real quick. It's real heavy on the brand. It's the name. It's the logo. Bam. And then I went ahead and did another one after that because I didn't want to use it. The first one I made, and I knew I could do better. So I did something a little simpler that was a little bit sharper. And then I went ahead and got a After Effects template for the Strategy Stories teaser, which I also showed on Facebook that I'm not going to put anywhere else. There will be a time for that, but the production, my eyes were bigger than my stomach as far as that was concerned, but I did the work on it. I got a lot of work done in After Effects this week, which is really good for all sorts of stuff. It's good for the stream, it's good for YouTube, it's good for socials, it's good for selling later on. I can put an ad up on Fiverr for some of the things that I've been doing on After Effects, so I'm really happy about that this week. Day 3, I focused on tightening up the social presence. So I did some posting on LinkedIn, did some posting on Twitter. I'm on eFuse. If you haven't heard of eFuse, it's a great new social platform for esports. There's a lot of growth coming in on that. Keemstar's on it, Shroud's on it. A lot of esports professionals are on it. They opened it up. It's in open beta right now, and I got it on that. So I've been setting that up. Done some TikTok videos. Actually had some surprising activity on the TikTok, which was not related at all to any of my content stuff, which was weird. But so yeah, day 3 is mostly focused on socials, setting up Skyrim for the first setup of Strategy Stories. Ultimate Skyrim has a monster install, so we got that set up and made sure it was stable. Got to do some tweaking on that yet. So Thursday, like I said, we put out the YouTube video, recorded and edited, which in the future I am going to try very hard to have footage ready to be edited on YouTube days so that I'm not trying to record and edit in case I wanted to do something more long form or something more in bigger than just, so I want to have the whole day open to edit to launch those around 2 p.m. So I did the thumbnail research. I looked up similar thumbnails in my niche for that video and made sure that they were sort of similar. I got some reviews of the thumbnail on Reddit, which were generally pretty good. There's some things I want to do differently based on that feedback that we'll see how it hits. Did all the editing. And then I also did another thing in After Effects. I did a live transition. So something that doesn't take up the entire screen of the video, just sort of like a customized transition, which I think is really nice too. A lot of people don't do that. They'll do fades or they'll do wipes. This is a Watch Saga branded transition, which is really good for just overlaying over videos. Yeah, I'm really pumped about that, and I'm going to do a couple more of those, I think. So that was Thursday, and then today I recorded some more Teamfight Tactics games with a friend of mine, Tyler, for editing, so I could do some Teamfight Tactics videos. Still got a second place and a first place on that, so those will both be good to use. I'm recording this podcast, which I'm going to be doing on Fridays. And originally on one of the previous episodes, I said it was something I do on Monday, but I feel like doing it Friday and having it sit over the weekend would be better. So then Friday, it's fresh and I can talk about the things I did in the week instead of going Monday. All right, what did I do last week, and having to think about that. So that's good. And then I started a YouTube introductory video, which I don't know if I'm going to use a lot. I don't see a lot of people using those anymore. So it might not be something that I end up doing, but I started working on Premiere, which I kind of like. So that was the week. I think overall it was a productive week. and I got a lot of stuff done, a lot of processes established, because starting next week, I'm going to be doing some actual work interspersed with all those things. So it's nice that I kind of have a feel for how long things take me to do, how I want things to look and feel for my brand and my content, because I'm going to be doing work in between all the other things, streaming, editing, social work, things like that, it's just good that I've got that foundation set up, and that's what I wanted out of the week. So overall, I feel really good about it. So looking forward into next week, what we're planning on doing. Let me just trigger that. So next week, we will be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll be streaming 4 hours on each of those days. We're going to really shoot for 4 hours. I want to get at least 2 in. I feel like 2 is the minimum that you would need to get people in, get people interested, get people talking, building that community. You need at least 2 hours. Otherwise, it's real hit or miss. I got to really nail down this weekend. I got to make sure I know the schedule. I know the start time. Originally, I planned on doing 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., which I feel like is still probably pretty solid. And then in a month, going back and looking at my watch time metrics and seeing, okay, well, I get a big influx of viewers around 11:30 in the morning. Maybe I want to push that and do like 10:30 to 3:30. That way, I get those big push of viewers at 11 a.m. and I'm, keeping them engaged for longer. I feel like a shorter window allows for that sort of lateral movement in the day, while still allowing other things to be done. So I'll have those streaming days, and then YouTube videos will go up Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 2 p.m. Right now, I know for sure Strategy Stories comes out on Saturdays, and that's the only real setup I have for sure. I might do Tuesdays might be stream highlights, Thursdays might be Teamfight Tactics or something of that nature. But I know for sure Saturday is going to be Strategy Stories, and we might even plug in another Strategy Stories episode if I've got nothing else going on Tuesday or Thursday. I just want to have one a week so that the story's moving forward at a decent pace. And then I might even have gameplay. I finally set up too. This is something I did yesterday. I set up the ability to stream me talking and the alerts and the stream experience to Twitch, and then record just the gameplay. So no talking, no alerts, no nothing, just straight gameplay. So that later for Strategy Stories, I can go in and edit over it, do voiceovers and things of that nature. I've been trying to do that forever. And so being able to just like boop, boop, boop in OBS and having it set really blew my mind. So I might be able to save some video from Twitch and put it up, because I know Strategy Stories, like the Skyrim anyway, is going to have a lot of like fun outtakey type stuff that will make for good video content. But this is stretching a little long. I'll try to wrap it up. And then socials, I want to do at least 2 hours each day, probably more like 1. But I think it's important, at least in the early game, to be searching hashtags, commenting, giving value, interacting, doing a lot of, I think it's give, ask. So I'm going to be doing a lot of giving. I might have automated updates for the content when I put it out, but I'm not going to be talking about it a whole lot in another way. I'd rather get people in by offering, conversation, tips, tricks, things like that. But yeah, so at least 1 hour, shooting for 2 hours every day, just to sort of, grow social. I think a lot of the monetization is going to come once the networks are established and the community is established. And then next week, the big thing I want to focus on, the big fundamental thing that isn't content related, I want to sharpen up my YouTube elements. A lot of the After Effects stuff I did this week was really good, in my opinion. I really liked it. I really liked the branding. I really liked the motion. I really liked the sound, but they're not where I want them to be yet. A lot of my stuff obviously isn't, but for now, what I want to really to focus on, I'd really like to sharpen up that transition I was talking about earlier. The one that is me, my stuff. I want to really sharpen up the intro. I'd like to get it shorter. I'd like to make it pop harder. I'd like to get better sounds for it. I'd like my end card to be, I did one, I've never done an end card before, been on YouTube 10 years now. I finally did an end card and I really like doing it. I think I could, tighten that up as well, because right now I'm still using kind of some stock stuff. I'd like to get with maybe some designers or find out for myself, what would go into that sort of image editing. So that's the big fundamentals thing I'm going to focus on, in addition to, the goals I set for next week, actually producing content now, interacting with folks, things like that. And I mean, obviously next week we'll come back. Maybe I'll plug in. I have set up for the socials to track social metrics, but a lot like the views on YouTube, I don't think the numbers are really where they need to be right now to talk about it even. I think we're still, this whole first month of January is going to be a lot of really fundamental stuff that we're going to be talking about as far as growth is concerned. So that's what we're looking at for the end of this week and into next week. I'm going to try to poke around on Twitter, see if maybe we can get somebody to talk to. I really want to shave this recap stuff down to about half the current time that we've done, and then maybe include either some Q&A from Reddit or Twitter, or even a conversation on Discord with somebody that we can just talk to somebody scaled around the same size that we are, see what they're doing, what they want to do differently, how they're progressing, that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, so we'll get this podcast up on Spotify for you to listen to and get it up on YouTube. If you have any questions, make sure you tweet me at Watch Saga. Otherwise, we will see you next week. Take care.